Okay, welcome to this video. It could be an absolute brilliant video if everything goes to plan. I am currently in Ranachmore. Look at that around me, fantastic. There's a really big high pressure over Scotland just now, so as you can see, blue skies completely everywhere. We're still in noctilucent and cloud season, so that's what I'm going to be photographing tonight. My van is away down there on the road somewhere, if I can point to it, somewhere way down there. And what I'm going to do just now is scouting a location that has been on my mind for a while, and because we've got crystal clear skies tonight and guaranteed clear skies, I'm going to try it. Behind me over there is Loch Ba and the Ranachmore area. Obviously the road is just there, and just behind me up here is a nice little hill. So I've kind of had it in my mind. I've not actually seen anyone photograph up here before, but if I go up this little hill, which is only a 10-minute walk away from the car, I'm already halfway, it'll be an amazing view north over Loch Ba and the Ranachmore. Brilliant view north for hopefully some noctilucent clouds. The only problem with this area at this time of year is two problems really. One, the tourists. If you've been at Ranachmore Glencoe area during the summer months, you'll realise how hard it is to actually get parked. It's absolutely full of tourists, which is fair enough. It is beautiful, technically a tourist as well here to do some photography. The second point, which is mainly what my point, is the insects, the midges. They're absolutely awful. I've only done, what, 15 minutes hiking, and I've already been bitten and drawing blood on my leg. So you just get bitten alive, and which means you have to wear a lot of midge repellent called smidge, which makes you really sticky, and it's just an awful experience. Midgie nets are not comfortable as well. So yeah, luckily there's a wee bit of wind here, but wow, look at this view. Look at that. You know, there's a reason why people come here. It is absolutely beautiful. That is Loch Tulla down there. I was driving around there earlier looking for places, but nothing really happened. Whoa. So the NLCs should just be right there. So whatever I frame here, landscape, portrait, it'll have all this sort of fancy loch in the foreground. There's a road that goes, it might focus on my hand, but there's a road that goes straight through between the two lochs. They're actually one combined loch, they kind of get connected under the road, but it's normally pretty busy. So that's why I just thought, hang on, let's just try and get a view of the area from a different point. But look at that, that is stunning. You can also see the Nevis Range over there in the distance. That is some of the tallest mountains in the UK. I think Ben Nevis is just on the left there, the highest one. Beautiful to see the Nevis Range. Look at that. Stunning panorama views. But all there's left for me to do is just chill out and wait. Holy moly, look what is just coming down the glen now. Woo! Yeah. Whoa, that is so cool. Whoa, that just totally not do it justice on camera how big that is. That is massive. I had to like zoom in on that on the camera, but that is huge. That's pretty cool. You see that quite a lot in Glencoe. I think a lot of the army do a lot of their training. Okay, that is me just out the van now. Slept a wee bit longer than I thought, but I can see NLCs, so I'm going to quickly run up that wee hill and we'll start photographing. Looking good so far. Oh my god, that was a bit of a slog up there. I had to take a few breaths because I kind of tried to run up that steep hill. I'm definitely not the fittest for hill walking, but I am here, and like, as you can see, the NLCs, it's not the most vibrant displays just now, but I'm going to try and set up a time lapse. Amazing view, it'll still be a cool picture. Fingers crossed as the sun moves to the northeast, because this is looking slightly northeast, so north is kind of over there, so northeast is there, so it's going to get better hopefully as the night goes on, comes more into view. Just the sun will illuminate the clouds over in the northeast. So I'm going to try and set up time lapse, hopefully that goes well. And yeah, thankfully there is a bit of a breeze up here, so the midges aren't bad. Jizo at sunset, I went out to try and fly the drone. Worst idea ever, bitten alive, but there's a good breeze up here. Okay, so it's a wee bit more challenging than I thought tonight. I can definitely feel the dew sort of coming in. I can just feel like everything's starting to get a wee bit wet. I've only been up here, you know, maybe half an hour or so. I don't know if you can see on that, if it goes with the camera, the light. It's just starting to get a wee bit wet. So all that means is I need to just put the dew heater on my camera, which I have done. A wee bit fiddly, because as soon as you put the dew heater on the lens, sometimes it can mess up the focus, so it's a bit of a pain to make sure nice and tight on the lens, it's getting nice and warm from the USB and it doesn't muck up the focus. I did it a few times and it kept messing up the focus and I was just getting frustrated. NLCs, I don't know if you can see behind me, not doing too much just now, so I'm hoping for something. It just feels like everything's a bit against me just now, but I'm going to set up the other camera and do some other pictures like panoramas and things like that. So the time lapse is going with the 50mm f1.8, so it's nicely zoomed in on the loch with the NLCs hopefully on the top in a nice portrait position. That's the camera there. I've got under this wee bit of fabric, I've got the USB and my intervalometer there, so it's kind of just with a wee bit of fabric just to try and get out of the dew. So we shall see how it goes. Okay, so here's the big camera, you could see a wee bit more in the low light. So yeah, the NLCs, they're not doing much at all over there. Come round to looking to the south. Don't think you can see the Milky Way too much. It's kind of around about there beside that bit of cloud. Can't very faintly see it, but obviously it's still far too bright to see. You can faintly see the structure, very faintly, but I don't know if it works even looking at that car headlight in the distance. It's just there's a wee bit of haze in the sky, not much happening NLCs wise, wee bit frustrating, so I don't want this whole night to be for nothing because I've just came up this hill, but we'll see. Well, I think that's gonna be it for tonight. Not much is happening. It's getting pretty cold. It's still pretty dewy, and the NLCs, as you can see behind me, are just not coming out. My time lapse, which is down there, it's just about finished. A battery, so there's not much point in replacing the battery. It's probably a nice time lapse of just, you know, the colours, but not much else is going to be on it other than maybe a bit of kind of low cloud rolling by. It looks quite cool. You can see there's definitely low cloud and mist starting to form over the loch. So, and to be honest, I just want to kind of go back to the van now and snuggle up in the sleeping bag because this is a bit of a fail of an attempt. But hey ho, that is, you know, NLC photography. So we'll see how the content turned out. Got some nice pictures, not too much to them, but you know, it's an outing, it's a new location, and I kind of had fun. So my next outing will probably not be in Scotland. I will be jetting off to Mallorca to capture the total solar eclipse. So that'll be so cool. I have never seen a solar eclipse before. I've seen partial eclipses. Here in Scotland we do get a 90% coverage of the eclipse, which is pretty cool. It would look amazing here. But I've never seen a total solar eclipse. So I'm jetting off to Mallorca to hopefully see it. So it could be quite a risky adventure because I'm going to Mallorca, the actual totality happens kind of at sunset, and I've positioned it so it kind of happens over like a nice mountain range. If it works, it will be amazing. If it doesn't, hey ho. But you know, I'll be in the right place at the right time. If we can see it with the clear skies, hopefully Mallorca, you know, mid-August is pretty clear. But yeah, the next probably outing will probably be the total solar eclipse in Mallorca, which is going to be so cool. And then literally a few weeks after that, going to Tenerife to get some more Milky Way core. And then we'll be back here in Scotland to start pretty much the Scotland season. So yeah, the next 2 videos will be Mallorca and Tenerife if everything goes to plan. I shall see you there, and hopefully we get better results there than we did tonight.